Hello, everyone. Pam DuBois, Dream Real Estate TV. I'm so grateful and happy to have with me today Verna Haywood, and she's with La Vie Refresh. What a sweet name. I like that name, Verna. That's a very refreshing name, so to speak, right? We're going to share some information with you today that's going to help you health and wellness, physical and sexual abuse, Christianity and spirituality, understanding culture, and some other things. Verna, first, thank you so much for being with us today. I am so grateful to have you on here. First, please, a little bit about Verna's story and how you got started.
Okay, thank you so much, Pam. I appreciate it very much, you having me here with you. The name La Vie Refresh actually is come from me. My name is Verna, and what it means is spring green. And spring is fresh. Spring is renewing, everything coming out, alive, everything springing back into life.
Yeah.
And I am refreshing. So it's that I wanted something that represents me and had a meaning behind it. And I think when something means life, so La Vie is life. And life is me. So I just wanted something to that. And because of what I do is pertaining to life and living a healthy life, having a good life and everything like that, I just thought it just resonates well with me. Hence the reason for the name, me naming the business that way. As
Perfect. I love
it. Thank you. As for Verna herself, well, I'm a transformational coach. I had to transform my life from where I was. So I was abused as a child, and that went into my adulthood. And then I got married and suffered abuse again. This time was domestic abuse from my husband, my previous husband. And the thing is that I had to dig deep as to who I was. Was I going to, I think the thing that broke the camel's back is when he hit me with a baton, because he was in the army. Is when he hit me with a baton one evening after him being in hospital for weeks having back surgery, and I was there looking after him. And I just leaned over to take something from the side table. And he said I was trying to kill him. After being in hospital and looking after you, why would I let you come home and try to kill you then? It didn't make any sense. So after he hit me and everything went, we thought that was going to be the end of it, but it wasn't the end. It's like, I'm sorry, and all these different things. They come back with all these niceties that they're sorry, they didn't mean to, or it's your fault, you are the reason why this happened. If you didn't do this, then that would not have happened. And you tend to think, well, yeah, maybe it's my fault. But when you start carrying on a bit more, then you're thinking, no, it's not my fault. And I found that when I went to work is that I had to be home as work was finished. I had to go home. I couldn't speak to anyone. I couldn't do anything else but head home, because if I didn't do that, then it's either I went somewhere else with someone. There's all these shenanigans going on. And therefore you find now that your friends now stop coming to your home because they don't feel comfortable and all of that. So then you find yourself isolated. Yes, I was going to church. We were going to church. I was a worship leader and all of that. And then he used to think, well, you shouldn't lead praise and worship because you've never been in a choir. You've never done this. You've never done that. And when someone have a gift, as my husband, you're supposed to back me, not try and pull me down, but that was the nature of what it was. And then one day he said, oh, I'm going to bring a gun home, knowing that he's in the army. And I'm thinking, why would you want to bring a gun home? What is the purpose of that gun? Because there is no need for it. In those days, women was losing their lives like raining down like water in Trinidad. Women was just being either shot or chopped or one thing. And I didn't want to be one of those statistics. So one of the things I started doing is praying. And I was I call the Bible my encyclopedia, because it has 66 books and anything I want is in there. And I just used to pray this prayer, God, you said you would never leave me nor forsake me. You said that my cares are forever before you. You said that you have carved me in the palm of your hands. And, I said I can lift my eyes onto the hills from whence cometh my help. You said that you will protect me. Whatever I do, you will be with me. You said, bring you in remembrance of your word. So I'm bringing you in remembrance of your word now. I need to get out of here and I need to get as far away as possible. And that was my prayer, constantly. That was my prayer. And then eventually the opportunity arose for me to come to England. I didn't have the money or anything like that, but some friends helped me. And I left with £100 in a suitcase, bearing in mind when he met me, I had everything. He didn't have to bring anything. He didn't have to find a house to put me. He didn't have to furnish it. He didn't have to do anything. He met me with everything. And I left everything because to me, life was important.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy that. You can't buy life. When you go 6 feet deep, there's no coming back until the resurrection. And I have a lot that I wanted to do. And I didn't want to lose my life that way. So I made a decision that life wasn't worth staying and holding on to material stuff. Material things, you can get that all over again. But your life, you cannot get. And I was two things I was sure of. I wasn't going to die and go 6 feet deep before my time. And I wasn't going to end up in the sanatorium. I was working there, but I was not going to be a patient then. Those were my desires. Those were the things. And when everything opened up for me to come to the UK, I came to the UK with £100 in a suitcase and started all over again. So it meant that I had to put myself back to school, retrained, and I retrained as a therapist. So I studied everything that you could think about in therapy, but I wanted more to be a holistic. And then I wanted to go straight to university, and my lecturer said, no, you have a gift. Go use your gift. And this is when I went on cruise liners and worked with Steiner Transocean Limited in the spa, became a spa manager, then came back and went to university, did my degree in international spa management, and did other certification, and here I am.
Wow. Amazing. What an amazing story. God bless you for stepping out of that, that space.
Mm-hmm.
And that part of your life, and being strong and coming, going all the way over to the UK. Your story is a little bit, similar to my mom's story in that she left Trinidad, out of, an abusive relationship also, and coming to the US with nothing and making so much for herself. It's an amazing story. She's got such an amazing story. But share with us, so health and wellness, you do health and wellness. There's so many things that you actually do. Health and wellness. Tell us about that.
But health and wellness, I think you have to be well, you have to be healthy.
Right.
And because of everything that I've been through and being trained as a therapist, one of the things that I actually do is incorporate everything to do with your well-being. Most times we don't tend to look after ourselves. We tend to think about everybody else in the family, and we never look after ourselves. Because if we do, then something is wrong with us. We don't care about anybody else. So everybody else's needs are taken care of, especially females. You look after everybody else, the husband, the children, the dog, the cat, the grandparents, everything. You look after everybody. When it comes to you, you are shattered.
Yeah.
You have to take time for you. And it's not wrong to take some me time. Me time is important.
It is.
Whether that is going away to a spa and just doing some massages, have a facial, some relaxation, exfoliation, and doing all those things. That's going to help you because it's working on your inner health. It's going to be, although you're being massaged on the outer side, it's actually affecting the inner side, because
Yeah.
what you're doing is working on the circulation. Everything is going towards your lymph nodes, improving your circulation, improving the texture of your skin, your muscles and everything like that. Everything is being looked after. And on top of that, you're looking at the wellness of the inside. You're thinking about what you're putting into your body.
Right.
Because I grew up on plants and herbs. Plants and herbs have everything for us. It's very nutritious, and it have everything for our health and well-being in terms of your inner health, in terms of your outer health, because we used to make coconut oil. And coconut oil used to be something we cook with, but also we use it in Vaseline in those times to put in our hair.
Yeah.
We use it as moisturizer to moisturize your skin. So you have nice, soft, smooth skin because the coconut helps to nourish. So you're getting that nourishment, hydrating. So it's hydrating the skin. On top of that, you have you do your exfoliation. Maybe one of the things my gran used to do is take us to the beach, and we used to take this sand. And I didn't know at that time was exfoliating. We used to scrub our skin with the sand. And then she would have a small bucket, and in there will be chive and thyme and St. John worts, and we will take that with seawater and we will mix it all together, and she bathed us with that, and then after that she will pour milk on us, and milk. But then I get to learn, after doing all my therapeutic work, that Cleopatra bathed in milk, and milk was something that softens the skin and keep the skin nice and healthy.
Oh, wow.
So my grandmother knew a lot, but she wasn't divulging all that she knew. As kids, I just think she was crazy and she's going to kill us with all these things that she gave us. And then we had seasons. So everything was seasonal, and we had to eat everything that was in season. So when you eat seasonal, you're doing your body well, because you're not eating out of season. Your body is going to get the nutrients and the nourishment it needs for that season. So you're going to be much more healthier. Your skin will be lush. Everything will look and feel good. You wouldn't be so lethargic. So we used to do a lot of walking. So you incorporate your walking, your exercise and everything like that in terms for you to have good health, and your wellness need to be in optimum, because later on in life, you don't look after your health. Now you want a quick fix to make you healthy. Now you have to spend a lot of money in the doctor. You have to do all those different things. Your insurance keep going up, all these different things. So prevention is better than cure. And we used to take aloe to cleanse our insides. So we used to do what we used to call it purge, but now they say detox, So you detoxify your body. So every time the season change, we should be detoxifying, because that season you have eaten all those things you need to get rid of. You need to get rid of, prepare your skin for your body for the next season. And that's how, when you look after your health, you are going to feel much better. You could live for as long as you want. But it's not eating all the junk food. It's about preparing. And most people don't want to prepare food now because it's just too much work.
And it's too much time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Time.
And they will say it's too costly.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, if you get one orange, one grapefruit, an apple, a pear, some melons, that will make you a perfectly good fruit salad.
Wow.
With no additives, no preservatives, not in a tin, not anything.
Yeah.
You could feed your family with that. You know what I mean? Depending on how big your family is, you buy proportion, and there is no wastage, because then if anything you put it in the fridge, you could probably even freeze it for when you're ready for it again. And if you have your things like your blackberries and your blueberries, you don't put it in it at that time, but when you're ready to eat it, then you put some of those berries, because they're going to come soggy. So you want to put your berries and things on top, and you're going to get all the nutrients that you need. So it's important to get those nutritional benefits that your body needs to give you the refreshing that you need, because your gut is like your brain.
Right. Let's go back to the aloe for a second. So I've got aloe plants here that's growing like crazy. if I wanted to actually use it, how would I actually use it as
Well,
far as detoxing?
yeah. So you'll cut one of them off, one leaf
Mhm.
off. You cut it off, and then because you could use that aloe more than once. If it depends on how big it is, because some of
Mhm.
them are quite big. My gran used to
Yeah.
use one for four of us, you know what I mean? And you cut it in half. Half is probably too much. So you probably want to look maybe like a quarter or something like that. And what you used to do is cut it. So cut it, take the
Mhm.
green and the pickery pad off, and then she used to slice it, and then we used to swallow that.
Oh, wow.
Now you have things like blenders and all of that. So you can
Yeah.
blend it, put some orange juice or something in that,
Yeah.
and just to kind of kill the taste. Because it does not taste nice, but what it is healthy, is good for you.
Yeah.
So, and then you just drink that.
Okay. I'm gonna
You
try
drink
that.
it. You drink it, and then you want to make sure when you're doing it, you're at home, you're not going anywhere. And you want to drink it first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Or the best thing to do, drink it overnight. So it's working in your system overnight. You may feel like, oh, I need to run to the bathroom, but you're home. So you can
Yeah.
easily run to the bathroom. So I find if I drink it overnight, by the time I don't have to spend all day going to the bathroom,
Right.
because so it started working, doing its job on the inside. And
Mhm.
then when it's ready to tell you, hey, now you need to go to the bathroom, you know exactly when you need to go to the bathroom. And you can do it
Okay.
like that. The other thing is, what I find when I make soup, I'll make soup, and I have a soup maker. So I'll put things like carrots and and celery,
Mhm.
and you do your onion and your garlic and your ginger. And I will put some squash in there. So you have a squash and carrot. And if I want to put sweet potatoes, so I want to make a really nice soup,
Mhm.
and I will put some cumin in there. Then that, because is good for inflammation, getting rid of inflammation in the body. And I will make me some soup, and I will drink that. And I'm not going to eat anything else with that, just drink the soup. And I find sometimes the soup just flushes me out,
Yeah.
So
That's a good idea.
there are things you
Okay.
can be doing to look after your well-being. Take some time, close the door, go to the bathroom, put some music on, do some abdominal breathing, have some candles. I mean, I don't want to encourage you to take wine, because I don't want you to fall asleep in the bath and then next thing you know, you're underneath the water. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But you want to take time for you. You need that time to just lie back and relax. And then now, at least the minimum, once a month, you should be having a massage or a facial. Massage helps to just move things. You have a facial, is going to help to brighten your skin. The therapist will do some facial massage, which is going to help to clear your sinuses, helps
Mhm.
to tighten your skin, helps to work the eye area, because you have your kidneys, so you get like puffiness. Yeah, so your third eye, you're
Hmm.
going to do your drainage and things like that. And yeah, so at least once a month. Bearing in mind, we have 8,760 hours in the year.
Oh,
How much
yeah.
of that do you spend on yourself?
Right. Zero. Yeah. Well, I do. I do get my nails done and my hair done. I do. I haven't had a massage since before COVID.
Yeah,
So it's, yeah,
yeah,
COVID kind of shut that out of the way. And now I'm
yeah,
like slowly thinking to go back to it, but
yeah.
I'm still a little bit scared, you
Yeah.
know, so I
Soak
need to
in the
get back
bath.
to it.
Take a soak in the bath, do some body exfoliate. It's not the same as getting somebody to do it for you, because you can't do your back. But you can do your arms and your legs. You can do
Hmm.
that. You just can't do your back. You can do everything else. So do a body exfoliation, then soak in the bath,
Okay.
or soak in the bath and then if you do your exfoliation first and
Yeah.
you soak in the bath, it means your pores are open, and then it's ready to take everything. So you can put, if you're going to use aromatherapy oil, so you want to take a relaxing bath, you have like your lavender and your chamomile. You have lavender, chamomile, and you want something more relaxing. Peppermint or
Hmm.
eucalyptus is very cleansing.
Yeah.
Lemon. lemon and lime, very cleansing. Yes, they are invigorating, but you want something that is going to cleanse and detoxify you while you're in the bath. At the same time, is going to relax you as well. So what you want to do is take a tablespoon of milk, put a tablespoon of milk, and you want to put your drops. And so you can put maybe 3 drops of lavender, 3 drops of your chamomile, maybe 2 drops of your lime, and what's the other one? Eucalyptus, maybe another 2 drops. So you can, and you mix it. The reason why you mix it in the milk is because when you put oil in water, it stays to the surface. Yeah. When you put it in milk, it dissolves it. So it goes
wow.
in. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great tip. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Great tip. I tend to do Epsom salt. Haven't done one in a while, but I was a big, huge Epsom salt bath person.
Very good for the muscles, very good for relaxing the muscles and detoxifying as well. Yeah. The sea, if you ever have chance to go to the sea is a great detoxifier.
Yeah.
Notice the sea, anything that is not supposed to be there, it chews it out. It pukes it up and chews it out on shore. Yeah, because it's not supposed to be there. So the sea, my grand used to take seawater. She used to get the fishermen to bring her a gallon of seawater, and she used to make things with it for us to drink to cleanse our body out.
Yeah, seawater, I know it's good. It's good for the skin. It's good for the body, which is great.
Yeah, it has over 106 trace elements.
Wow.
Have 106 trace elements, which is similar to your blood plasma. So the plasma of the sea and the plasma of your blood is similar. So for example, there are some religions that don't like taking blood. So the plasma of the sea, they can do it in such a way where they take out all the salts. So because it's too salty to use as intravene.
Okay.
Yeah? So they can use that. Research has been done that they can use the sea water to help your body to recuperate. So the sea nature has everything in it for us, but we destroy it.
Yeah, so true, so true. God made all of it for us there's a reason for everything out there. That's great information. Thank you so much. So let's see here. Let's talk oh my goodness, let's Christianity and spirituality. We talked a little bit about that, but that's part of your business also that you incorporate with as a whole, right?
As a whole, yeah.
As a whole, and it's so important.
It is important because Christianity is that you might be a Christian, let's say I'm a Catholic or whatever, you might say, well, I'm a Catholic and this, not the other. You can be going to church constantly, but sorry, you're hearing the word and are you taking it in? Is the word meaning anything? Are you just going and the priest read the sermon and then you go back home?
Right.
The spiritual side of it is you taking in the word, meditating on it, and acting on it. So it becomes food for your soul. We have to remember we are a spirit. We live in a body and we have a soul. So our body clothe our spirit man. And we wear clothes on top of our body to protect our body from the sun, from the winter, and all these different harsh climate that we go through.
Yeah.
So we have got to think about it. We've got to think about when someone says something, is that the truth? Are they telling us the truth? Are we going to investigate it for ourselves, or are we just going to just take it on board and not investigate for ourselves? And this brings me back to like cults. You have lots of cults and people just get, I don't know how they get drawn into it. For some reason, they get drawn into it, either because they want to believe something so bad about another race or another person that they lose all sense of reasoning and don't try to find out anything for themselves. And I think is important to, he says, study to show yourself approved. And if someone says something, you need to investigate it. So even though they, whether you use the Bible or whatever is your theological text, you
Yeah.
still need to investigate it. So
Right.
in terms of your spirituality, is how far are you willing to go? How far, how in depth are you? Are you going to work from the heart, or are you going to work from the head?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it's
Great point.
out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. With the heart, man believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we speak from our heart. We don't speak from our head. We speak from our heart. Everything comes. So for me, spirituality is key in terms of it links to your health and your wellness as well. So
Mhm.
everything is connected. There is nothing that is not connected. You can't separate the physical from the spiritual.
Right.
They
Right.
are all
Yeah.
connected. So
Very,
you
very
be
good
thinking
point.
about it. You need to think about it in like you have you're connecting everything together.
Together. Right.
Like you need systems of your body. You have how many systems in your body? You have your circulatory system, your nervous system, your lymphatic system. All of these systems work together. None work on by themselves. You have
Yeah.
you have 5 fingers. Not all 5 fingers are the same. They're not at the same length, and they all have different functions. For example, I fell some weeks ago and damaged my thumb. It's only when I damaged my thumb, yes, I know they all need one another. It's only when I damaged my thumb I realized how difficult it is to lift something up and not use your thumb.
Right.
Because it
Right.
pains
Yeah.
when I do that. How difficult it is to use the scissors to cut something. So I
Yeah.
have to ask my husband, can you cut this for me? So you understand now when somebody, for us who have all our members, all the physical members of our body, when we don't have it, we are at loss. So
Yeah.
think about someone who doesn't have that, doesn't have their hands and their feet, but they find ways to do things. So you have to applaud them. You have to, is such a wonderful gift that they've got.
Yeah.
My nephew said to me, Auntie, if you can't use your right hand, you have to start learning to use your left.
It's not that easy. It's not that
Not that
easy.
easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not that easy. But
Yeah.
I think when we think about Christianity, Christianity will tell us this is the way it should be.
Mhm.
But when we go into the spiritual realm and we understand what God is saying to us and how we should treat one another,
Yeah.
Christianity has done a lot to destroy people's um, belief, because
Yeah.
they think, well, in Christianity said this one is better than that one,
Yeah.
and my religion is better than your religion and stuff like that. And there's only one God.
Right.
There's only one God. He's called by many names.
Yeah.
There is only one God.
Yeah.
Whether you want to say he's a universe, whether you want to say he's a tree, or whoever you want to say he is, there is only one God, and he's here for all of us. He's
Yeah.
here to listen to all of us. He's here to protect each and every one of us. He does not have preferences. What he do have, he said, he wants man to live according to his will, and he wants us to do well. His plan for us is that we be in good health and we prosper. Prosperity is in everything. When we think of prosperity, probably
Mhm.
some people think you're prosperous if you have loads of money. But is that all? Because a lot of people have
Right.
money, but they don't have a life.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. Very true. Great point. Yeah. It's not all about money. Yeah. So, one thing I wanted you to touch on a little bit is for women that are out there that are in an abusive relationship, what kind of advice can you give them to get out of that abusive relationship? How do they step out of that? You know, where, because a lot of times they don't have, it's the strength, maybe the money,
Mhm.
all these things basically to get out of that relationship, right? And
Yeah.
you did
Mhm.
it. It didn't, you didn't have that much money when you actually stepped out of that relationship.
No, I
So
didn't. I
yeah.
didn't. I remember after we got married, and my husband, he took me to the bank for us to have a joint account. And the person we met at the counter was his cousin. And his cousin looked at me and she said, in front of him, don't do it. She said, he's my cousin, but don't have a joint account with him. Don't.
Really? Wow.
And I stood there and he stood there and he said, I think her name was, I'm not going to repeat the name, but he said, well, why are you telling her that? He said, I'm telling you, he's my cousin. Don't do it. Do not do it, Verna.
Oh my goodness. So he knew
But
something.
So I thought, I cannot do it because I am the one living in the house. You know what I mean? All the hitting and is me gonna have to endure it, not her. She can say what she wants. She's not in the house. I am. So I took the joint account out. We took it out. And I remember when my salary goes into the bank, he used to go and take it all out. And if I cook food, he used to eat everything. When I come home, there will be nothing. I used to walk to work. I used to have to walk to, no matter, I think my work was about a 2 hours walk sometimes.
Wow.
So I will leave home very early in the morning and I will walk to work and then I'll walk back home.
Oh, wow.
And if I had to go further, and it was in not walking distance, but so I will walk. Sometimes I go to work, I don't have anything to eat. I will just leave and drink water because water is very satisfying. It fills you up, it makes you feel not that you're not hungry. So I used to pretend I go for lunch and I'm going somewhere, but I'm just drinking water to keep me up and I will carry on like that. So leaving was not an easy thing. It's something I had to plan. And I was very careful who I told.
Yeah.
So you want to be careful of your circle of friends. Who are you going to be talking to? You need to know the people to talk to. So when I left, many people didn't know. But he did go to the airport with me and he said, when we got to the airport, he said, you're not coming back, are you? I said, why would you say something like that? Why would you say something like that? I am coming back. He said, no, you're not coming back. I said, what have I taken? I haven't taken anything. So there was nothing. I took nothing to give him a clue that I wasn't coming back. But I guess because he knew what he did and had continued to do, he just had a suspicion, but he couldn't stop me at that point because there was nothing. I had no photograph, nothing, no wedding photograph, nothing. I took nothing, just the suitcase and my ticket. That was it. And the 100 pounds. That was it. Nothing else. So you have to plan it and you have to know who you're talking to. But what you have to realize is that I suppose when you have children is a little bit difficult because I didn't have any kids. But you have to really think about, do you want your kids to grow up seeing you being abused? And your son and your daughter to think that's the way to treat a woman. That's the way I need to be treated. Because one of the things I told myself, my children would never see me abused. I will not bring any children into this world and see me get abused. And I lost 2 babies, one at 6 months and one at 6.5 months. So I'm not saying that because I said that it happened. It's just I couldn't carry them full term. I had to be bedridden whenever I got pregnant. I wasn't aware of that. So once they were 6 months and 6.5 months, that was because my uterus was low and retroverted. It was back to front. So I didn't know that until later on we found that out. So if ever I was to get pregnant again, I had to be bedridden because I just couldn't carry full term.
Got it.
But I was glad that, whilst I'm sad that I don't have them, in a way, I tend to look at my clients and everybody as such. So for any woman out there who is thinking, I want to leave, I didn't have anybody to look to. So this is one of the reasons why I created my program, the 3 powerful practices to take your power back, to get away. So I've created a course that I can take women through that course. I can help them. If they think, well, they cannot afford that, I can still give them some coaching and advice on what to do and how to do it, how to preserve themselves, because if you're not able to preserve yourself, it's easy for you to go think of weird thoughts. Because I'm not going to tell you I didn't think of what was my life worth. Why was I going through that? Because having gone through sexual abuse from a young age, and then carry that went on into my teenage years, and then to come through that, and I'm thinking, what am I attracting? All these negativity. So for me, the word of God was a key, because it says the word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my pathways. So the word will guide me, the word will direct me. So you have got to find something that you can hold on to. And now I'm here, and my aim is to reach as how many millions of women, to help them to change their lives, because you know what, that power is within you.
Right.
That strength is within you. You just don't know how strong you are. You just don't know how strong you are. And this is why I've created my podcast. My podcast name is The Unstoppable Life, where we talk about why you can't keep a woman down, why you can't keep a strong woman down. You know, we are strong. We are nurturers. We nurture. And you have to have that nurturing nature about you. And that's who we are. That's who we were designed to be. That's why we were the ones given to bear the children, so that we can nurture them, we can bring them into fruition, we can grow them up.
Right.
And those are the things we have to think about. So for anyone out there who think that they're in a situation where they can't make a decision, or they're unsure of what to do, you can reach out to me at any time. Because one of the things that I want to do, Pam, is to get to a position where I can create a foundation for women that would help women who are in that state, that they can come out and we can help them, and then they can get their feedback, get back on their feet, and they can look after themselves. I know there are a few. So, because the thing is, 40% of women right now in Iceland suffer abuse. Worldwide, 6 women get killed every hour or something like that.
Wow.
In the UK, every 3 days, a woman get killed.
That's crazy.
Every 3 days, one woman get killed. And every time I see that, every time I hear that, it hurts. It doesn't matter how much laws the government put in. And governments, I think 150 or 100 something countries have laws against violence against women, but they're not working. Women are still being killed. Women are still being abused. Women are still being, how you call that? The men are walking and looking at you where you are, so they're knowing your way. One of the things that I learned and this is something for you ladies, one thing that I learned was that don't ever walk the same place twice. Change your route. I used to walk one way all the time until we had a curfew in Trinidad, and my neighbor, she knew my footsteps. She knew my footsteps too. And then she opened her window and said, "Verna, go back home." I didn't know that they had a curfew because they tried to overtake the government, and I didn't know. And you needed to be home. You couldn't come out until 9. But I'm so used to being at work by 7, I left home walking. So I was walking to work. And then she said to me, "Never walk the same place twice. Keep changing. Nobody knows when you're going to be where." So if somebody is following you, if somebody is planning an attack on you, they never know which direction you're going in.
You're going to be.
Unless they're watching your home, and then they can see which direction you're going
when
in.
You're coming.
Sad, but those are the things that women have got. You have to look at ways of how to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's a great tip, Verna. That's a great tip. So much valuable information you've shared with us. Any final words and things that you want to share before we actually say bye?
I just want to say thank you. I want to thank you for having me on your show. I want to thank you for being a friend. And I'm just glad that I have this privilege to speak to your guests. And I would say, if any of you out there want to listen to I just launched my first podcast on Sunday,
Excited.
and
Yeah.
it's on Apple and on Spotify, and it's called The Unstoppable Life.
That's awesome. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you very
That's big.
much.
Yeah. That is really big. So if one wants to get in touch with Verna, share your website, please.
If you want to get in touch with me, you can contact me at www.lavirefresh.co.uk. I'm also on Instagram as Verna_Harry. That was my maiden name before I got married. And you can also contact me on Messenger, so you can DM me at any time. And if you're on Clubhouse, I'll be on Clubhouse as well. You can come on Clubhouse and we can get to know one another.
Yeah, all these great social media sites. What a blessing to have you on here with your share. I so greatly appreciate you being on here with us today. And yes, we are friends, and we'll continue to share each other and help each other out as we go through our businesses. So I am grateful for you. Have a blessed day, everyone. Dream Real Estate TV with Pamela DuBois, our YouTube channel. Go out there, check out our channel, subscribe to our channel. And then, of course, stay safe, be blessed, and we will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.